make them think they're spinning, make them think they're floating in space. Nobody's floating. It's because people think of like flat Earth. I can't believe people still believe in flat Earth. They think that we're a fucking pancake floating in space. Like, no, there is no space.
So wait, where's
there is no space. They think that flat Earthers believe that we're a disc floating in space with the other ball planets. No, it's all bullshit. All that. The planets are luminaries. The planets are lights. When you look through a telescope and you look at the stars and the planet, they're lights. They're luminaries.
So explain it to me though, because I don't want to lose this thought, but the easier version of that is what's going on right here as a metaphor is the 15-minute city thing. That's 100% real.
Yeah.
And if you see in LA, in every city, I've gone to 10 cities in the last 2 months, they're all doing these projects. All big, brand new buildings with your Wi-Fi, your yoga studio, your healthy market.
This building, right?
Oh, this building, exactly.
That's a 15-minute city right here.
100%.
Can you get everything here?
Everything.
Is there a supermarket attached to
100%. A supermarket, a yoga studio, a killer gym, a tanning studio.
That's how they like
influencing spot, Wi-Fi, Amazon Prime. I mean, it's bomb. And you lock the key, you're gone. But how much longer can I leave? Right? They cut the travel down. So I feel very happy in my little, look at the gates. They're huge, right? So it's like this weird ass, little safety zone. But they're building them all over America.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
and I noticed that coming here. I'm like, that's the new thing.
Mm-hmm.
Is retail stores at the bottom floor and then apartments over them.
And everyone's in here. Podcasters, actors, comedians, OnlyFans, Twitchers, everybody is just making a living with a ring light. And they don't want you to leave. And a lot of people don't. And so that is because why? Because, that's a bigger whole thing of my whole theory is that we've hit our time now. AI is going to do everything. We're not going to need a lot of people. And so what do? You have to control all these animals.
Yeah.
That's why I believe
it's all about control.
Yes.
The easiest way to control.
So the same thing you're saying with the earth, control these animals.
I bet that you go to all the lakes, and rule number one, you're going to run another lake, get everyone to think they're on a ball shooting through space.
I love you call it a lake. So it's like
a giant lake. We're like with islands in the middle.
So explain it to me.
We're on an island.
So we're on a pancake.
We're not on a pancake.
Okay, we're on something flat.
We're on some level land.
Okay, with a dome.
I don't know about the dome. I think there's a firmament, but I don't know if it's a dome.
A firmament is just another way to say it's a
barrier,
lid.
Some
it's a
kind
lid.
Of barrier.
Okay. Truman Show or not Truman Show?
Truman Show the set was small. I would say more like Westworld, but bigger.
Okay.
More like Westworld.
And so what is,
in my opinion, I don't know shit.
What is this land? What's it floating on? If it's not floating,
nobody knows.
So if we're flat,
but it's stationary. It's stationary.
Can you go off the land? Can you go off the edge of it?
No. There's just a wall, and then the other side there's more land, more lakes.
So and what's space?
Not sure what those lights are. Nobody knows. They won't let us slaves figure it out. They won't let us go into Antarctica. You can't travel in Antarctica.
Yeah, which is very suspect.
You can't travel in Antarctica.
I know.
You can't.
What's the official reason?
If the penguins, they don't want to fuck the penguins up.
Is that true?
Yeah.
That's true.
They don't want to fuck the penguins.
Are you kidding me? That's the reason we can't go to Antarctica.
We don't want to destroy, we don't want to pollute it.
That's true?
Yeah. And anybody that gets near the ice wall, I mean, there's video of the ice wall. There's endless video. People, anytime you get near it, there's buoys all over the ocean by the wall. It's like radar. Anytime someone from Australia or South Africa, they get on a yacht and they go too close, the fucking military turn around. There's video of that. There's video of that. You can't go to Antarctica unless you have permission from the government, and they're not going to give you permission. They make you jump through all these hoops. It's already been done before. You have to prove your, it's you're some kind of scientist or you're doing some kind of scientific thing, then they go, okay, if they grant you permission, it's going to cost a boatload of money, and they're going to put you on a little peninsula, and you think with a little ceremonial South Pole, and they go, okay, you're on the South Pole, look, but really you're like it's like being on Catalina Island. And even though that's technically the United States, and you're trying to make claims about what's going on in Buffalo. You know what I mean? What are you talking about? Nobody can go to Buffalo. I went to Catalina.
Yeah.
I went to Catalina. Why can't anybody go to Buffalo? It's like, it has nothing to do with it. You know what I mean? So if you get permission to go to the South Pole, they're only going to put you on a little peninsula. That's it. You can't just travel independently and freely. They won't let you. The last guy that did it, Admiral Byrd,
Byrd.
last guy, before he died, he was on TV talking about, because Admiral Byrd went down Antarctica. They videotaped everything. It's all on video. He went down there with the fucking Army and the Navy. They went down there with thousands of people, gigantic ships, shit ton of airplanes. So, there's no way they're going to get stuck out there. They're just constant. They went down, they took planes, and there's video of them on planes going deep in Antarctica. And there's no more ice. And he says on TV, he goes, we found land, a continent the size of the United States, untouched, filled with resources, and goes, I imagine we're going to go down there and get all those resources, because we found a continent beyond the ice wall, no ice, as big as the United States. He says it on TV, then he dies right after that, and then all the nations of the world, all the powerful nations of the world, like 50 some, sign the Antarctic Treaty, which means we got to protect the penguins. Nobody's allowed down there.
When was that signed?
Like 58.
And the reason is penguins. Of all the shit we do in our society, but the penguin.
Yeah.
I mean, I like penguins, but that's going to stop progress.
Well, you don't care about penguins?
Exactly. I do care. So hold on. This is crazy because I know about the Byrd, but I don't know enough about it.
What,
So
Admiral Byrd?
Who commissioned him to go down there?
It was it was called he went down a couple times, at least twice, for sure twice, maybe 3 times. Operation Highjump.
Yeah,
Operation, I don't know they had all these different names for these operations. Operation Looking Glass, Operation
Looking Glass, yes, I do know that.
I get all the operations mixed up. I don't have a great memory, but every time he went down there, it was called like an Operation something. Operation Fishbowl, Operation Highjump, Operation something else. And they went down there with thousands of people in the Navy and the military. And he came back and on TV said, man, we found a continent the size of the United States, just untouched.
Chilling.
He said that on TV. A continent. They found a continent past the ice wall. So,
wow.
I mean, you could say, oh, that's just Antarctica. He was just, it's not all covered with ice or whatever. Maybe it was a time of year where this part didn't have ice. Whatever. But there's been fictional books that have been written. I think one's called The Iron Republic, and I didn't read it or anything, but I have friends that have, and they said that there's books written about going past the ice wall, finding other land outside, finding other races. I think aliens don't come from up there. They come from over there. That's outer space that way. So that's, I don't think they're coming up from up there. I don't know. But I'm just guessing. I don't know shit. I'm just guessing.
You keep saying that, but you do.
You
know a lot.
when you look at government documents, NASA documents from NASA.gov website, from like the Army website, there's all these documents. There's a shit ton of them, and they have nothing to do with flat Earth. But one has something to do with calculating the motion of missiles and high altitude aircraft. So like if there's a high altitude aircraft, it goes like 2,000 miles an hour or whatever the fuck it is, or a missile that goes like 2,000 miles an hour or whatever. The document or documents are all about calculating the motion of these things. Like, you know how precise it's got to be when you're calculating like the trajectory and the speed and how fast and where the target is. Every millisecond counts, right? You're calculating the motion of missiles. You can't like just round off numbers. It's got to be accurate. 1 millisecond off, and if your missile's trying to hit something, it's gone. And all those documents, when they're trying to calculate the motion of missiles, the number one step for the formula is you must assume we're on a flat, non-rotating Earth. Over and over, that's the number one thing. We're trying to calculate. So if mainstream astrophysics is saying that we're spinning 1,000 miles an hour at the equator, you would have to factor that in. You would have to factor that in when you're calculating the motion of missiles. The Earth spinning, of course it's going to matter. Coriolis effect, of course. Then why are they assuming that, okay, to get the numbers right, you got to assume that the crazy conspiracy theory of flat Earth is real. You have to, you know what I'm saying? You have to go, you want to get the right numbers? Well, that crazy conspiracy theory that we're on a flat level plane, you have to assume that's real.
You're saying that the calculations are baked in that the Earth is flat
and non-rotating.
Really?
Non-rotating Earth.
Really?
I'll send you a video.
How come no one ever talks about that?
They do. In the flat Earth community, they bring it up. They go to NASA.gov website. They got to go to all these, anything, and it has nothing to do with flat Earth. It's just calculating high altitude aircraft. Like, what's that one? One of the fastest one, like SR or something. The black Byrd. Yeah, the document's trying to calculate its movement and its motion. Number one, must assume you're on a flat, non-rotating Earth. The opposite to get the numbers right. What's the opposite of ball? Flat.
Yeah.
What's the opposite of spinning? Not spinning.
Yeah.
So to get the numbers right, what we told you about Earth, you have to assume the opposite shit.
Yeah, that's fucking.
You know what I mean? On the streets, shit like that on the streets, you messing with that kind of logic and that kind of reasoning on the street, you get killed. Oh, wait a minute. What happened to the shipment of Coke? Oh, we had to assume we're on a flat, non-rotating Earth.
Yeah,
what the fuck you talking about?
Yeah.
The fuck you talking about? We're spinning. You did the opposite of what we're doing? We're on a ball and we're spinning. No, boss. We had to, to get the numbers right, we had to pretend, we were on a flat Earth. It's non-rotating. That dude would be dead. Somebody has to, you can't, that shit won't fly on the streets.
No.
But, in American culture, it does. Flat people just like, they don't even think about it. Like this, it's on government websites. Flat, non-rotating Earth, over and over and over and over and over again. All these documents, flat, must assume flat, non-rotating Earth. And then the people that people that are like, they're like doing mental gymnastics. The number one thing is, that's just to simplify stuff. It's just to simplify. I go, these fucking rocket engineers, rocket scientists, they don't need to simplify shit. And if you want to simplify it, I would say, okay, we're on a ball. You want to simplify it, make it a square, like a block. Not flat. Is that simplifying? Going the exact opposite is simplifying shit, and it's not moving? I would say, if you turn it from a ball, we like to measure everything in like one of those like soccer ball, whatever hexagon things. You know what I mean? Then I'm go, okay, I guess that's okay. You're simplifying it a little bit.
Yeah.
But flat?
Yeah.
And non-rotating, the opposite of what you've been telling us we're on? That doesn't make any sense.
Dude, I've never heard that.
Yeah. That's the biggest one. When I was
in pro of it, in pro of flat. That's the biggest fact I've ever.
And what?
In supporting a flat argument, that's the biggest.
That's the biggest one right there. And then now, it's just. Once you go flat, you never go back. No one ever. Like, same thing.
Yeah, come on, put that on a shirt. Yeah.